Boy, we have an interesting matchup for the final round of the Rosemary Extreme Masters StarCraft tournament. It is going to be Gravy Hand down as the green Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner, and up in the top left-hand corner, it's going to be the red Gert Stick, which is actually KirovThug. Due to a lot of complex computer issues, such as KirovThug not actually owning a computer capable of playing StarCraft, he will be playing as Gert Stick, and it does look like this is going to be a PvT, or Protoss versus Terran. Now, something you might find interesting is that I've never actually casted a StarCraft game before, so I have no idea how this is going to go over. After watching casters do it online, pretty much the only thing you have to do is talk fast and sound excited, so I'm going to try to do the best that I can. You see gravyfan here taking an early pylon down by the ramp. He might be going for a Forge Fast Expand, whereas up at the top left, KirovThug is building a supply depot very close to his home. He doesn't appear to be going for the traditional wall-in of Terran players, though maybe he knows something that most Terran players don't, because if you watch the pros, what they're doing these days is they aren't really using the supply depot slash barracks block off on the main anymore. Now KirovThug is sending out a probe to not scout, and indeed, no, gravyfan is not going for the Forge Fast Expand, he's going for the Gateway build. Now we'll drop down the production tab here. Here we go, to keep an eye on everything that they're producing. You can see gravyfan's getting started on the simulator, going for some heavy gas plays. And KirovThug actually looks like he may be walling off the natural here. Not walling off his main, but rather his natural. See, he's building more workers up. He's waiting for his racks to finish there. gravyfan's pulling out his gateway, and what's he? Presumably a cybernetics core will be moving on to, either cybernetics core or a forge. Yep, indeed, there's the cybernetics core going down for gravyfan. He does have, there we go, he has 3 workers now on his gas, and he's sending into a probe to scout. Let's see if we can get a little bit of Gosu Micro going here. See if KirovThug will try to stop this, and he doesn't really care. gravyfan's going to be scouting all of this. He sees what's going on. He sees that KirovThug is indeed, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a wall in there, because if you saw that, the probe managed to slip right through. Now KirovThug, he's moving on to his factory, could be going for some early Hellion assault, or excuse me, harass on gravyfan, but probably won't work out so well, because gravyfan has his Zealot on the way, which will be putting right there in order to complete the wall off. Now, Protoss, bear in mind, they don't actually get wall offs here, but the Zealot is able to hold against pretty much anything, with perhaps another backup Zealot coming in. So he's going for Warp Gate, of course. That's what is highly recommended for all Protoss players. They go immediate Warp Gate. And if you notice here, look up on the production tab, well, for a second there, nope, a Tech Lab, sorry, you saw that, a reactor switched to a Tech Lab. KirovThug made that mistake there. And he doesn't really have a whole lot. Okay, he has 2 Hellions coming out. He has his worker, but in comparison there, gravyfan appears to be out-macroing him and building up a more solid economy. We'll see here. We've got 16 workers on minerals, 3 on gas, versus 14 workers on minerals, and none on gas. He just got the orbital command built here, and there we go, finally dropping down the mule to get started. He's going for a straight armory, so we could potentially be seeing some Thors come out here, but probably not, since he has the reactor, though we could easily do a barracks to reactor and factory to tech lab switch. We'll see if that comes up. We see gravyfan is moving out with the Stalker early, could be seeing some early aggression along with the Mothership, or potentially just some scouts. We have the proxy pylon up here. He's ready to warp in units. He has 2 gateways with no Twilight Council. So he has 2 gateways at the moment, which will soon become warp gates. Oh, another one, so 4 gateways. It looks like he will indeed be going for some relatively, at least at the 6-minute mark here, some relatively early aggression with the proxy pylon up here in order to, yep, he's turning these into warp gates. He has the Twilight Council on the way. Will he research Blink? Will he go for charge? Or would he be going for DTs for some Dark Templar play here? I don't see a Dark Shrine being laid out. Oh, we have some combat up here. The Hellions go up. They see what's going on with this. Yeah, they see the proxy pylon up there. And yeah, just as the Hellion just said, KirovThug does appear to be in a heap of trouble because there is no way that these Hellions are going to be able to take down all of those units, and they can't even attack the mothership core. So KirovThug is fighting a fight there that he simply cannot win, and it looks like if gravyfan just pressed in now, he could probably take down KirovThug because KirovThug does not really have anything. Okay, he has a Widow Mine, that's going to be keeping him relatively safe, but in all realism, that Widow Mine can only kill one unit here, do some damage to the others, but so there's only one shot that would be able to come off from there. Gravyfan has not converted these to warp gates yet. Ah, here we go. Coming right as I say that. And he's going for some blink, so we'll be seeing some blink micro with stalkers out of Gravyfan. He's adding another gateway. As you can see, he's saving up his Vespine gas, probably saving up some minerals here to go for some mass stalkers. Slash, of course, got some sentries there. There we go, got the sight on the Widow Mine there, with the Zealots sent in to spy for it. Now, what I don't think he realizes, well, we won't be able to see it now, but I'm pretty sure he does not realize that there's this second Widow Mine here. So, oh, there we go. We see that he is doing the switch here, as I predicted earlier. And will he be going for some Thors? No, he's going for siege tanks. So, not quite as impressive. But hey, siege tanks would be helpful here to just keep them off his back. But late game, perhaps, maybe we'll be seeing some Thors on the field. I would like to add that I haven't actually watched this replay before, so I don't know who is going to... well, I know who won, but I don't actually know what happens in the game itself. So we see... yes, KirovThug did drop down to a supply drop there. Generally not recommended. He's enforcing, or reinforcing up here. He does have ship weapons level 1 on the way. He has an SCV that, okay, it's doing something now. Going for some starport, maybe see some medevacs, maybe aggressive, go for the elusive battlecruiser play, which you so rarely see. Looks like Blink's going to be finishing up here for gravyfan. That'll probably be the start of a warp-in. Probably sees something there. He sees, okay, he's trying to get those Widow Mines out of the way. Oh, he's going for it. He is going for it. The siege tank is racking in lots of damage here. He needs to... Oh, the time warp on the siege tank. That's going to slow things down. But it looks like with the bunker, the combo of the siege tank there, it's doing its toll. And gravyfan is going to be repulsed here. He is not going to win this game immediately here. Now, what we see down here is he does have the minerals, you can see. Not really the gas, though, because stalkers do cost 50 gas. He doesn't quite have that to warp in a lot of stalkers, so he's preparing a photon cannon. He must have... Did he spot this? For gravyfan, no, he has not spotted it, but I suppose he's just preparing against a potential Banshee rush, or Banshee harass, should I say, because those can be deadly if they get into the worker main there. So he'll be protected against that with the photon cannon. He's got the robotics facility on the way. We could be seeing maybe some Immortals, maybe some Colossus in order to help breach the high ground here to walk up the edges. KirovThug is reinforcing again with more siege tanks. He's got the bunker, plenty of Marines. Maybe, excuse me, if he's going to be doing this long term, it may be wise to invest in another bunker up here. It would also help some wall-in. The wall-in is a little bit... It isn't going to work the best because these stalkers do have blink, so they could blink right past the wall-in, or any full wall-in. He's warping the stalkers... Okay, he's warping them into his base, making sure that there isn't any aggression sent out, though I'm not sure what aggression could get out of here unscouted. Maybe a Banshee, but he is protected against the Banshee for the most part with the photon cannon. So gravyfan has played it safe. This is finals, and he would not want to lose to someone like KirovThug, because for a former Gold Leaguer, that would be pretty embarrassing, because KirovThug... Okay, pro move there, Gosu Micro. He's blinking out the Stalker before he gets hit by the Widow Mine. That's a pretty swell play there by a gravyfan. And KirovThug, he's sending this out, seeing just what he's up against, and he sees, yeah, just a couple of Stalkers, just a handful. And correct me if I'm wrong, yes, he does know about that proxy pylon up there. It might be wise of him to maybe fly something over here, and he could probably snipe it with these siege tanks. Yeah, the siege tanks would be in range, so if he just got a medevac, or a Raven, which he does have, maybe maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe that's what he has thought out. The rally point is over here, but he could just fly it over and easily take out that pylon. And he's trying to snipe some damage over here on these stalkers. Not going to be successful. Let's see here. Okay, never mind. The Raven's just sitting there, getting ready for some detector, probably guarding against any DT play, which honestly wouldn't be too bad of an idea. And oh, a warp prism. That's what gravyfan is going for with the robotics facility. So he'll be trying some backdoor warping. He's built Templar archives. So are we going to be seeing most likely some psionic storm in order to counter that, well, not really bio that he has going, but just marines, because marauders haven't been seen on the field yet. And a fusion core for KirovThug. That is what he's going for. And yes, gravyfan is going for psionic storm over here. He does the scout. He sees everything that's going on here. KirovThug, I mean. I believe, yes, he scouted that warp prism, so if he was paying attention, he'd realize that he does need that. Okay, gravyfan's using it to warp in High Templars in his base, and I believe he'll pick them up, maybe go for some sort of drop around back. But in the meantime, the fusion core has completed, and KirovThug isn't using it for anything. You see, he is building a missile turret here in order to guard against any potential drops that these warp prisms might be able to throw in. You see, gravyfan has gained a very impressive army. Where is it going? Okay, it's just moving up here. Probably just making sure that nothing's going to sneak out of here. There we go. KirovThug has the battlecruiser on the way. He's going for full-out battlecruiser play, but he doesn't have enough gas in order to keep this up, because he is not harvesting to full efficiency over here, so he really needs to get a few more workers on this refinery here in order to mine enough gas to go for full battlecruiser play. And we see here he has infantry level weapons 1, and armor queued up as well, so he's going to try to boost up these marines. Not a bad choice. He does have some marauder, and there we go. He's finally going for that move that I suggested, sending the Viking over there to snipe out the pylon. Viking looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of scouting, probably going to see this warp prism, maybe take it out before it even gets off the ground, so to speak. And he's going to go there, and he still doesn't see it. He's just going to sit there. All you have to do is go a little bit further over. But he's distracted by our SCVs. Oh, an Archon drop. Pro move by... Wow, because that completely negates the missile turret. Must have dropped it off right over here, and he's taking out the missile turrets. He did a good number on those workers here. And, yeah, right here, Gertstick, he's going to clean that up, but losing a lot of workers there. He's reduced to... KirovThug is reduced to only 2 workers mining. And we see his siege tank. He does have a battlecruiser there. That's going to be pretty impressive. Hard to take down, just because they have so much HP that can soak up a lot of damage. He's just sitting over here with his Viking. Oh, gravyfan. He's moving in. The Viking sees it. The Viking starts attacking it. He's going to be all over this. That's going to knock off gravyfan's plans of perhaps warping in behind this army. But honestly, while gravyfan has a lot of supplies, he is not doing very well army supply-wise. You see supplies 106 to 91. KirovThug has the lead, and it looks like he's moving out. He's going to have to knock down these rocks here. But gravyfan might be caught off guard here. He might be taken completely by surprise by this whole army. Another battlecruiser going down to reinforce that. The Vikings stayed here and let the warp prism go for some reason. KirovThug must not have realized that. And that's going to be all set to warp in. I mean, I assume he can see this. Yeah, he sees it. He's just not doing anything about it. He's going to let gravyfan get away with murder here because I don't know if there's a dark shrine on the field. I don't believe so. I mean, he could do some serious DT damage here. And oh, he's going for the high ground warp in. KirovThug's army is completely out of position, but it looks like he's going for the base trade. He's moving straight in as gravyfan is taking down this base completely uncontested, aside from some Hellions, a couple of Marauders and Marines, but that's not going to be nearly enough in order to clean this up. Down here in the corner, KirovThug, he takes down the Natural, killing all these workers, taking them down. This is turning into a full-out base trade. gravyfan is wearing it down, but quite honestly, Stalkers do not do a whole lot of damage against buildings, so he's really going to have to pick this up. And KirovThug is moving in, but he has a lot of buildings to work through, so we are a long ways away. Gravyfan isn't taking any sort of defensive measures, he's just sitting here. He's going all out with the base trade. Oh, KirovThug is sending workers over. Where are these going? I think they're going over here. They'll be setting up another expansion here. They'll probably help him to stay alive. Gravyfan needs to get something out in order to set something else up, because he is being completely destroyed here by this rush. His stalkers, okay, they take down the command center, moving away. They're working down at all the military units, but quite honestly, that is a lot to take down. KirovThug has more than enough for an expansion. He needs to get it going before he's revealed. Okay, he's flying away this orbital command over here, and he's steadily working things down. I'm not sure we'll go to the units tab here. See what's left. Where are these two probes? Oh, he's building it. Gravyfan is building an expansion down there. That's a swell move, because that'll keep himself from being revealed. And he's pulling back? I'm a little bit not understanding this, because KirovThug he just needs to finish off this base, because he can't let anything go back. He left a probe. He just left a probe sitting right here. He could easily expand up here. He has more than enough minerals. He could expand in this base. He could maybe even expand over here. But moving back, okay, he does need to take out the stalkers, but he needs to finish off these buildings first. Otherwise, the stalkers could continue to get away with murder and completely wipe him out, especially if he doesn't start expanding. Thank goodness he has this orbital command flying down to the far corner here. That'll keep him alive a little bit longer. But keep in mind that Gravyfan has a lot of resources, and all it takes is to convert these gateways into warp gates, and he can get a pretty large army in addition to all of his stalkers on the field. So we see KirovThug, the army advantage is sitting with KirovThug, but of course he has no depots. He's oversupplied completely, so he can't build any workers. He needs to get these workers. Okay, he's building supply depots. That he needs to get his supply up with all these workers. And Gravyfan is sitting tight here to defend the base. I don't think... Yeah, KirovThug has no idea that it's there. Alright, he's sending in some siege tanks to finish this off. That's a good move. Gravyfan... Oh my goodness! Gravyfan knows... He's spotted this orbital down here. He's building a pylon, which KirovThug cannot see up there, so he's going to be caught completely off guard by most likely some warping and stalkers up here, which are going to be able to completely destroy this orbital, oh, here they come. Okay, Zealots, that's probably a bad choice, because he can just lift off the orbital and get it out of here. That should have been stalkers in order to finish it up. And he doesn't know about this base up here. Gravyfan, I mean. Okay, so he's going to be saved, so... KirovThug can kind of sacrifice this. He'll try to fly it into the corner, probably still not safe against stalkers. And yes, KirovThug's entire army is coming to finish this off, finally, which he should have done earlier. But I'll remind you that he still has no idea that there's a base right here. And at the same time, Gravyfan has no idea that there's a base up here. So right now, both of them have hidden bases, close to equal army supplies that are on the field right now. But as it appears, Gravyfan is expanding very fast, building up lots of gateways and warp gates, because he needs to take this game back. He's building up lots of stalkers, and as far as military production, it just takes so much longer. A lot of idle probes here. They need to get on... Well, okay, it's not completed yet, but still, a lot of idle probes not doing anything. KirovThug has gotten his supply back, but Gravyfan is quickly closing the supply gap, which he needs to pull up, as you see here, up on the units tab. 24 stalkers against 1 Viking, 2 Hellbats, 3 siege tanks. Well, you can see KirovThug believes heavily in diversity, because he has a very diverse army here, and it looks like Gravyfan is moving in the right direction in order to take it down. He knows that there's something going on down here. He knows where the army is, so really all he has to do is move up here, destroy this entire base, and he will have this game. However, it looks like this army is moving out. Uh-oh, the army is splitting up. KirovThug doesn't realize that, because the battle cruisers can fly right over the rocks. They could be isolated off by these stalkers and be completely destroyed before the rest of the army can come up again. Oh, they're being intercepted by the stalkers. The rest of his army is completely out of position. The Gosu Blink there takes down both battle cruisers. All KirovThug, oh dear, the stalkers have the high ground. His army is being destroyed there because of that separation of very, very bad move on KirovThug's part. As you can see, his army supply is down. The Stalkers completely cleaned this up, and all he has left is 3 siege tanks, 6 marines, and really his production isn't. He has 2 barracks with a tech lab there and nothing on the way here, just building straight marines. That was a detrimental blow. That split of the army got him completely killed, but of course he didn't realize that there was a base there, but he should have kept his army together. He's calling down mules, but it's too late because the Stalkers are here to take care of this orbital command, to kill off that worker there. Need to kill off that worker there. Yeah, they've got the worker. Okay, so that worker is dead. He's got these siege tanks, which aren't doing anything. He might have forgotten about them. And he's desperately trying to build up his forces in this far north base, but with this many Stalkers on the field, there's most likely no way that KirovThug can come back with this. The Stalkers are going to come in, they're going to clean up these siege tanks, which aren't doing anything. Those are, well, I mean, it doesn't make too much difference, but they are out of position in comparison to KirovThug's base up here. He's trying to build up a little bit of Bioball here, some Marauders, some Marines, the noob-friendly play for Terran, but really, this game looks like it's over. The Stalkers are moving up. I believe that's the only spot, or at least one of the only spots left he hasn't scouted yet, so he's going to find out about this base, and that's probably going to be GG for gravyfan. gravyfan is going to take this one home, is going to take the final round, because there is simply nothing here that can combat all these Stalkers, especially if he moves up, pulls a blink right into the middle of them. Oh, look, okay, he's not going to blink. He's going to do it the hard way. He's going to rub it in KirovThug's face. He's just going to say, hey, I've got this game, and there's nothing that you can do about it. So he's moving in. He's destroying all the buildings. We see the GG from Gertstick, and that is going to be a oh, even a fake Colossus warped in to really rub it in his face. But he is going to win this, and he's sticking around to kill some more buildings, and that's going to be your winner for the Rosemary Extreme Masters StarCraft Tournament. Is going to be the birthday boy himself, because it was in honor of his birthday, gravyfan, and this game is over. So this has been my first game casting. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, because I missed out on the tournament, so still get to have some fun this way. So I'll see you guys at the next tournament.